We now know what Ghost of Yōtei's gameplay and experience is going to be like. And I'm going to dive into all of the different things that's going to help introduce you to this game if you're new, and if you're returning, get you excited about the next episode, which is part 2, aka not a sequel, but connected in some different ways. All right, so first things first, thank you for watching. We have a series covering the overall experience for this game, whether it's gameplay, exploration, and more. So make sure you leave a like if this is informative. Now let's get into exactly what today's video is going to be about. We're going to talk about your experience as you explore and the things that you'll be able to do in the open world and a bunch of different elements. But I wanted to start off with the Yōtei 6 because you're the protagonist who wants revenge for them taking out your family and then leaving you left for dead. So this is going to be a big pillar in the game. But one of the coolest things, and I think probably the most impressive new features that was announced, was the fact that when you're in the open world, there'll be areas where you can, at the press of a button, get a flashback to your past. And you can learn more and get closer to this protagonist, which I think is one of the most amazing features in the game, because this is going to allow you to connect with this character and the universe as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out, and of course the storyline as we go forward. But it's an exciting feature that I think we should all be excited about how they're going to implement that within the world and within the game. And so super fun stuff. Of course, there's definitely going to be a lot of combat, and I got a video exploring the details when it comes to that. So we're not going to dive into specific breakdowns on each of the combat, but I did want to go over a couple of key things that can help you understand within the combat what's going to happen. So you're able to explore these vast new different locations, maybe something extra greeny or extra winter base. There's going to be all different types of locations like that. But this specific area and the whole scenario you're in is a very dark and dangerous location, way more dangerous than the first game. And so that's going to be critical. Another key feature is that you're going to have a lot of freedom to explore and freedom for the player. And this is something that they said in detail, that it's going to be a lot of freedom. One of the cool things is this new clue system where you can find clues, but you can also interrogate enemies for clues. And they're going to give you locations, they're going to give you new weapons and new abilities, things like that that you can use. As you can see right here, one character is going to take you to this type of forest, and then the other one will take you to this winter ninja style enemies that you can take out, learn new ninja abilities, and take down all of these different factions that are going to be in the game. And so this is a huge, big bonus for you as a character. And then the other element is the bounties. You're going to be more recognizable as you progress through the game, and your bounty is going to go up higher. So more people are going to try to come after you. Secondly, on top of that, then you also have the bounties for other characters. You can come and hunt down characters, which is a critical thing for exploration, because this wasn't really the way part 1 was featured. Now this new feature is going to make you explore. I know it's going to make me explore more and want to try and hunt down all the enemies I can. First of all, for the cool boss fights, but also because you're going to get upgrades, you're going to get coins, and guys, I like to farm these things and kind of build my character up to the max as much as possible. So a very fun feature. You can see here fighting one of the characters that you had a bounty for. And one of my favorite things in this game is going to a really beautiful location, whether it's a story, a side mission, ending up in a place like this where you fighting a boss one-on-one, but the scenery, the atmosphere feels like a movie. And this is something that this game did very well, but they're going to be doing it even better with these bounties because now you have extra content that you can just run around and get into, which is amazing. Now, a lot of stuff is still confirmed, kind of the traditional exploring, finding, animals to follow. But right now, one of the big ones is the altar. The altar is a traditional way to get yourself upgraded and get you focused, as they say in the game. And that allows you to use the skills and upgrades and things that are going to boost you up. Now, we're not going to focus too heavily on that because we want you to find that on your own, but you can also purchase maps from these vendors out in the world. And they have a lot of little details that they basically confirmed for us so that we won't be lacking on what is possible. One of the cool things is this binoculars. This is an upgrade system here where you can be in game and not have to go to the menu and just check that out for yourself. So I like that. And we can confirm you're going to be able to pick up items as you ride your horse. So pretty good. And then, of course, these flowers give you a boost, which I think is very nice, especially the fact that it's just visually pleasing and kind of soothing in a way. So having this is one thing I love about open world games, features like that, where it's just an extra addition to the game that makes it fun and interesting. Of course, they have the traditional mini game things that you can do. These are ways to upgrade yourself to unlock specific things that we've seen before for the most part, but the new one was the mini coin game. And we'll see what else they'll add to that as we go forward. Now, I don't want to get into combat because we did do a deep dive into it, but I do want to say, having to find these weapons, upgrade the weapons, unlock the skills, unlock different, combinations and things like that that are going to buff up these weapons is a part of exploration because you really got to go out there and grind through the content so that you can upgrade your character and be able to evolve. There's going to be, of course, villages and locations where you're going to fight specific people, whether it's story or side mission. The upgrades are necessary just to have more fun, in my opinion. And that's what I love about progression systems and things like that. And so very cool. We're going to skip ahead through some of this combat because we don't want to spoil my main combat story experience. But I did want to get into one of the awesome features that is a part of exploration just a little bit, which is in the open world, instead of having to go back to a HUD and go follow a vendor or talk to an ally somewhere, you can actually bring most of them to you. And how this system works and what are the details, we're going to make a video breaking that down so that you can know exactly how this all functions. As you can see here, every vendor, well, not every, but a lot of vendors, a lot of allies that you can basically get new skills for, weapons, new techniques and gear, all of that cool stuff right from this very menu. And this is a way to be on the go and always have the game come to you, which I think is probably one of the most amazing features that I think can change the game for players if they did this for all the open world games. I think it'll be very cool. And of course, they confirmed some really cool music, and I'm happy about that. They also confirmed the photo mode has gotten a bunch of upgrades, which I think is important for when you explore. All of the very talented people who take their time to master this, shout out to you guys. I'm always impressed when I go on social media and I see something cool somebody creates. It's just inspiring, basically. They also have the confirmation of black and white mode. I know personally, I'm going to be trying all of these new modes, whether it's the lo-fi beats, whether it's the more bloods and gore. There's a bunch of different variations in here that I think is pretty awesome that they didn't just bring one of them. They added 2 extra new ones for us. And all of this is top tier stuff, but you can also go ahead and get into my breakdowns for combat. I have that on the channel and I'm going to be doing a lot more about all the different elements of this game. You can check them out on the channel. But make sure you leave a like before you go. Show love and support. Want to build up the channel and get ready for this game in October. Hope this was informative. Catch y'all on the next one. Stay safe. It's popping up now. Go check it out. Peace.